If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been...
The best part of this video is learning that Andrew Tate is a court wizard at his side. Okay, well, if you're a HasanAbi head, here's what you will appreciate even further. His court wizard has tweeted about me regularly and routinely since I debated Andrew Tate, and has even, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, sent a hex my way. I have been cursed by his wizard, yes.
Called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
He's like, I only sequester pretty girls. I don't actually sequester and kidnap ugly girls. She was ugly. Of course not.
Not true.
Hello, is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This is wild that Vice
hello.
did
Good
this.
to see you.
This place is...
It's wild that Andrew Tate allowed Vice to do this. How cocky are you, man? That's crazy. Why did you think Vice was going to do a positive coverage of you? Like the arrogance, the ego. Oh my Lord.
Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the normal level of
Oh my
security
God,
you have
that's
for
a
your house
beautiful
every day,
dog.
or is
Oh
this just
God.
for us,
This
or-
is the normal level of security I have at my house every day. I am prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid.
The f***ing cannon shot. I love that. They're like, I'm prepared for all eventualities. Like the rise of 1453. We are in Romania after all. Who knows if Fatih Sultan Mehmed might make an appearance with his cannons. We must make sure, alongside Vlad Dracula Tepes, to defend the sanctity and safety of Christian Europe. I'm prepared for all eventualities.
I kinda like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia?
Oh,
Working.
Working.
isn't she also? She's also in jail, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is the. Am I mistaking it with someone else? I don't want to like accidentally say that. I think he was like, whoa. By the way, why did he grab him?
Working.
Okay.
This is,
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested
Yeah, this was his like girlfriend slash assistant slash the Ghislaine Maxwell of the situation.
with Tate in December,
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of
Bro, motherfucker said I'm a Discord mod, and I got my Discord mods on the job, working
followers the
hard.
secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to drop shipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it
In
a decorative
history.
sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah, yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask. I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a...
It's funny because it's like the material possessions make the man is ever present even in this argument. He's like, yeah, I'm brave because I have a sword. Bro, are you 12? What happened? Did someone knock his head so fucking aggressively that he like is permanently 12?
symbol of empowerment. You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do. Be quiet, cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent views so far seem to match his YouTube persona. But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting. which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the slightest. No, sorry.
What? Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
Have
you seen him?
No, I haven't seen the clown that hides the gay people.
So you've never seen him?
No.
Strange.
Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the
Womp womp. Turns out Tristan is right. Of course it's a fucking hit piece. Why did you think that you were going to be able to like overcome this? Especially when you've done so many awful things, dude. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me. 77K Andy? No, he's not. That's not real. It's on Rumble. That's not on YouTube, by the way. It's on Rumble. So bullshit.
The board.
You've invited the liberal news media to come.
They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
sing like you promised.
It's a
You
setup.
think I won't kick Vice out of my house? I think
a few more minutes, or are we done with it?
No. You can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chatting shit. Another 5 minutes, and we'll get you out.
I like to break character at top of the hour ad breaks as well.
You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry.
Miss Melzy, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off.
Why hasn't Vice released his info before it feels too late? What do you mean? This is a documentary that takes a long ass fucking time to put together. If anything, they probably rushed it because Andrew Tate went to prison. This is a 45-minute piece that like required their fucking journalist to go to Romania and embed with the sex trafficker cult. If anything, they literally released it earlier than they normally would have because he's in prison. You know, this is like Vice at its best.
Off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys. Yeah.
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no! Please don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Aiden, Mike.
Wow, already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army is fighting, ethically and following the
18,000 likes. Loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another account. And again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a...
For those who say Tate's the loudest person in the room, not the smartest, yeah, no shit. But never forget, most people are incredibly dumb, okay? Myself included. So if you want to hit the largest, broadest fucking possible audience, yeah, you got to dumb it up. You got to be dumb. What the fuck do you mean? That's what dumb people like. Dumb people like fucking loud motherfuckers who are just like, I'm dumb, but I'm confident.
By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loser.
Do I believe the 110,000 number? No. I've said this before. I think his Discord was botted. Do I think that he had a lot of people in his MLM scheme? Sure. A lot, like more than one is too much in my opinion. But no, I don't believe that he had 110,000 $50 a month paying members. No. It's because it's $50. Like if it was $5, I would believe it, but $50, I don't fucking believe it. Think about it this way, dude. XQC serves 70,000 people on average every fucking day for 13 hours. And his subscription count, think about my subscription count. And that's $5 or free with a Twitch Prime.
rich.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I have, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
It's like he's corny, he's a goober, and then also at its worst, he's a alleged rapist and a sex trafficker, right? But outside of all of that, he does have a personality. He does have a stage presence. If I'm looking at it as like pure entertainment, and especially because like a lot of people do look at it as pure entertainment because like they don't even comprehend the impact of his words or they agree with him. I understand why people like it. Like he is a showman. Well, not alleged rapist. I mean, he is a rapist. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I said alleged because, like, I don't know why I said that, actually. Well, I guess that's a spoiler alert a little bit if you're just now tuning into this documentary. Yeah, he is a perfect wrestling heel. Perfect wrestling heel.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
Neki Stranak, thank you for the 5
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really want something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I had to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to
Why did
events
Aiden get
in the
banned?
outside world, Andrew has had to leave
Maybe they thought he was Andrew Tate.
the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Just skip some of
I didn't
this.
say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we used to do.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? They're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, this is dumb hoe? They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During this same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
His pimping hose degree. Dude, he did so many fucking videos. Like, this is crazy. Like, he did so many videos where he's just like basically admitting to all of this shit.
Go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or pimping hose degree.
She was a f***ing hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and f***ing bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the pimping hose degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women. Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that.
Oof.
I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's
Just now realizing this motherfucker doesn't have a chin. He looks like a guppy fish. Just now you're realizing that? Brother, I guess that's how powerful, like, fucking a persona that you put on can be. Considering that, like, you know, even dudes in this community are like, wait a minute, like, I thought he had a chin this whole time. How the fuck did it take you this long to figure that out, man?
is 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't.
This, by the way, this argument that he made about like the purity thing was probably his most insecure. If you recall, he talked about how like he wants to be the first to show these women things and stuff like that, right? And it's like, it's so, like a lot of people were focusing on how gross it was. Meanwhile, I was looking at something entirely different because it just basically showed how fucking insecure he is. Like, he's worried that someone else has like shown her a better time. Like, that's what he means when he talks about purity. He's just not a very confident person, not realizing that like, you know, they're with you for you and not because what you can show them. And it doesn't matter if they had experiences with someone else. They're having it with you now. Like, that obviously didn't fucking work.
Aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing.
I'll be back.
But if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then make...
Oh my God! Bro, what? Wait, I gotta run this back. Hold on.
So I can get what I actually...
What did he say about the rape thing? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it because I was peeing.
In the eyes of men.
The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Why did he just say, no, I wasn't victim blaming, rape is terrible, but also like women are responsible for it in his description of why like he wasn't victim blaming? I mean, we know why. Spoiler alert and also trigger warning, but like you'll understand if you haven't seen this documentary yet or have been here for the past fucking month where I have covered this.
In the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I have seen this before, yes. He's not attracted to women.
Sexually beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me. So I can get what I actually want, which is not them.
Hasan, you're Turkish. Don't act like you haven't heard these things before. Hey, dumbass. I've heard these things both in Turkey and America. What the fuck does that change about anything? I don't get it. Like, does it make it automatically normal and cool when a Turkish person says it? Like, what is the argument here?
It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that lover boy method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you.
Oh my God, he's fucking, dude, this is it. One direct question falls apart. Even he is not so fucking stupid that he doesn't recognize that like what he is being questioned right now is unironically what happened and what he has done.
On it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to.
Well, guess what? This part of the documentary did not have additional evidence because he was not allowed to talk to the women there. But guess what? We now have additional evidence. Shouts out to the DIICOT because their investigation has been concluded. And Andrew Tate is now in jail, at least waiting for a trial for specifically that, actually, the lover boy method that he used.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny.
Start talking to some bitches. Say, me and my man are gonna fuck you.
Where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
Yeah.
I don't believe
misogyny was not invented by Andrew Tate, right? If anything, Andrew Tate utilized misogyny to skyrocket to fame, a thing that I've mentioned many, many times over. But the worst thing that happened was he got so much fucking clout out of it. And the one thing that will change people's minds in this day and age, especially young men who are already like geared towards having misogynistic takes in general, is a motherfucker who is now famous off of saying that sort of shit. Because they're like, oh, this is so sick. He's like so cool. He's so famous. I will maybe be able to clout farm in a similar capacity.
The level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Being a man is about literally defending those who can't defend themselves. If you want to think about like being a man, being alpha, whatever the fuck, whatever values you associate with it, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, most people assume that you're talking about being confident and being a protector, right? The sheepdog. It's like, this is literally the exact opposite. Beating on someone who is like defenseless and continuously pummeling on them is the exact opposite of being a fucking man. Being a man is by teaching that other man how to fight appropriately, building them up.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's War Room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision. Does anyone have any questions to ask me?
You say yes, so we can have 2 days of training?
There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the War Room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink.
That's his wizard, by the way. That's his wizard.
What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance, we have medics. No one gets knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the War Room itself into something larger and darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the War Room's real agenda is.
This is the War Room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad.
Also, dude, imagine being a fucking pro fighter and going up against a dude with like a CPA body like this and scaring them.
Professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just
like, look at this. What are you doing, dog? What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, CPA body, CPAP at home. Exactly. What the fuck? My man literally has titties. Like, you feel proud of yourself? Like, what the fuck?
Just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online. Yeah. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
If you're like an actual fucking fighter who has fought in the ring, I think you're a piece of shit if you're going after a dude who's like not even physically fit and like trying to fucking scare them. You know what I mean? That's crazy. The wildest part about this is that these people have very reasonable goals on its face. These are very normal goals. It's normal to want to better yourself. It's normal to want to make more money. It's normal to like, have some financial freedom. It's normal to want to improve yourself. These are things I basically advocate for every goddamn day. The issue is these are rudderless men who are looking at the worst solution to their problems, which is by basically going in and paying $5,000 to get their shit beat up by a professional fighter.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision is proving restrictive.
Yeah?
No alpha craziness. He's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone? The core belief driving the war room and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling.
Their production value is like so odd. Like their productions are so strange. Why did they make these like porno style videos? Like I don't get it.
Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command. My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the war room.
Dude, if you're like a 50-year-old man and you say gets railed by me and my girlfriends, ever, it's over. Jail. I'm not even hyper focusing on like what he was talking about like sex slavery, stuff like that. But you should go to jail. I got Tate DMing me on stream right now, calling me a cuck. These kids are awesome. They're watching this and thinking that like, this is good. Like, I don't understand. And you're a cuck for thinking this is bad. I mean, at least you're not cucked by the prison system in Romania. You know what I mean? That's probably a big L. Like, it is low key a very big L to just like successfully evade rape charges in the UK, openly move to Romania because you think they have looser laws around rape, create a sex trafficking ring, and then get owned by the Romanian authorities who you talk so much shit about over and over again. Like here, I'll use like the LW spectrum for some of you tater tots to understand. It's a big L. It is pretty obvious. It is pretty obvious that like these guys would most likely be fans of Jeffrey Epstein if Jeffrey Epstein also had like, a TikTok following.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press. So they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Bro, this is so unserious. How are you going to be a whole ass man, a grown ass adult, and then have this motherfucker turn around and be like, I am Alpha Wolf? Is this the furry convention? What's happening? It's so sad that like there are so many men who are suffering, okay? I admit that. I recognize that. There are so many men who are just like not having a good fucking time. They feel like the future is bleak, okay? And the only motherfuckers that they can turn to are just like these podcast gurus, who are also just as insecure as they are. It's just that they recognize how to dupe all these like lonely, rudderless men. Vice, HasanAbi, it's almost like it's an echo chamber, but on steroids. What's up, Vice? Nice documentary, by the way.
While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shame those who refused.
This shame you hold on to it. Don't let it go.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance, Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and relax, there's some chicks, don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed. In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his fans.
They have shut us. Wait, was that fucking... That was like I think that was like Aiden Ross at like one of the fucking nightclubs. I'm not even kidding.
Us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him, and rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world. In the first month after being deplatformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Oops.
Andrew maintains that he has never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally manage to speak to some women from his past.
A big thing that upset me a lot was everyone saying it's a character, it's a character, it's a character, when I know it's not.
I hate when motherfuckers use winking face.
To suddenly
it's so
see
lame.
him pop up on TikTok just made me really angry. Because people don't know what he's done.
Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we'd gone on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
Trigger warning, obviously, sexual assault. We've seen
And
this
I promise
already,
you,
but
within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? When you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn words.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have...
Uh-oh. They're coming. The tater tots are coming. I'm at the gym and a guy just came up to me to say, watching you causes brain rot, Lamau, SOS, help. I mean, they might be a fan. I say that too, regularly.
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. In all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number messages to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
No, Amelia is a fake name that they gave her, not the real name.
Scare tactics to to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under his control. It was always to remind me that he was there.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, "We have 2 other..."
How does you ask your question, how does Aiden Ross see this and still like him? If you think Aiden Ross has seen this, you're out of your mind. Not saying that he wouldn't be a fan of Andrew Tate even after this, but like you have to understand, for most people, they have not looked this deep into it. Okay, they just think like, oh yeah, he says a lot of funny stuff and he's got cool cars, and I like that, and I want to be like that.
Girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger? And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous. Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex, and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well. There was another time when he came into the bedroom. Me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, like, I saw him raping her. And when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom, and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." That's kind of when I knew, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update, I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the...
They literally blamed the victim. The Hertfordshire Police unironically turned around and said, "Hey, sorry, because you were in a relationship with your abusive rapist, it would further traumatize you if we took this to court, and then you would lose. So we're just not even going to prosecute. We're not even going to try."
The Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, "Oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence."
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, "In this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and
For the record, a study was conducted internally in England that showed that in England and Wales, the CPS study conducted showed that they literally were criminally negligent in not pursuing rape charges, and their mistreatment of victims was like unironically a problem. So much so that like they conducted a study on them on their own. Cops looked at other cops basically, or at least like the government looked at the cops' mishandling of rape investigations. It is crazy.
Concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me." Sally said, "The CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk."
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping you, I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling." To CPS, apparently, that's not enough.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Most of the time, these guys are supposed to be so grossed out by sex that any kind of mention of sex even like deserves a lot of seriousness, right? These are like conservatives. They think like, you know, you're violating the purity of a woman every time you fuck them. So it should be done between a wife and a husband. But I mean, that's just how it is with patriarchy. They're so fucking insane that even when you have text messages basically proving that you fucking raped someone, doesn't matter. They will literally look the other way.
I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell. 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegation.
The person who didn't want to use the word to describe what happened to her is almost enough to describe how badly traumatized she was by it, yeah.
The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the lover boy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy, is it the multi-millionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
You know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money.
This is the biggest lie of 2023. Is that what you said? Wait, before that guy got banned, is that what he was saying? Stop hating. No way 3 women accused and he's free. If you know anything about rape, it's so easy in court. Wait, what? Bro, there's like literal evidence. That's crazy. He said rape is so easy to prosecute and charge. Like, can you imagine a world in which 3 women accused him and he's free? Motherfucker, we live in that world. Some of you are so stupid. It's like whenever Joe Rogan says, "Oh, dude, it's like unbelievable," about a thing that is unbelievable because it didn't happen. Unbelievable. Yeah, dude, because it didn't happen. This, you think it's fucking insane? They basically fucking mentioned exactly how it happened. They literally openly talked about how the British police have systematically failed in prosecuting rape charges. And you're over here going, "Oh, dude, that's unbelievable. That's crazy. That would never happen." What is happening, man? What is going on? Do Andrew Tate fans like fucking hear about, you know, their daddy in a fucking Vice documentary and like their daddy's enemy watching him or something, and then you come in here? Like, how do you find this? I genuinely want to fucking know.
And the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset. Yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
You know, Bro, I love your take, but banning the guy. I love your takes, but banning the guy instead of lecturing him and giving him a chance to reprocess the situation is kind of unfair. Okay, you might be new here, so you don't know. So I'll chalk it up to that. Okay, look at the rest of the chat. Look at the rest of the chat. The chat wants me to ban you too. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that even though you've been following since 2020, that you don't come in here and participate enough, and that's why you don't know. I mean, I'll unban him right now to prove the point. But the reality is, like, a lot of those people just come in here just to fuck around and just say like the most insane moronic shit. Yeah, defending rape and saying how free it is not something we want in this chat, let alone Earth. Exactly.